Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the video. Today we're going to start on the SH Figuarts Shin Ultraman. I don't know if you're watching. Give me some of that Ultraman, baby. I need some of that in my life. You did Shin Godzilla, you did Ava. You gotta give my man Ultraman some love. I know the movie's supposed to be coming, but it's delayed right now. So, in the meantime, we have the figure to talk about, so let's do that. We don't know what to go on with this. We just know that it is a redesign for Anno's movie. And honestly, I really like it. I think the only thing that it just weirds me out that we don't have that limiter on the chest. So it feels like we're alluding to some sort of version, like an origin story here, or a different version of retelling. But either way, I do like the toy. I do have some gripes though, because it kind of takes away from that coolness of Ultraman with the classic wrestling slash karate chopping brawler style that I'm used to getting with that classic Ultraman stuff. But as far as the look though, just posing him up like this looks really fantastic, and it's something that I've really grown to enjoy, just leaving him in a nice static pose. But don't get it twisted, my man can still get down with the get down. So let's talk about it. Yeah, let's back up a little bit. So we get a nice look at his elongated proportions. We have longer arms, a longer, slimmer torso, and long legs. It seems like everything is kind of on the longer end of stuff. Even the head seems more slim in shape. I do like the reflective like surface. Instead of it looking a little matte and dull, they made it actually look quite shiny. It's a real good look. Even the eyes look really nice. So as far as our head sculpt and stuff like that, as you can see from the side profile, it really does look quote unquote more alien like, more Xeno like. So it looks pretty cool. Our head can look up. Now there is an issue with the head. I talked about it with a few of my Japanese friends. So real quick before we jump into anything, for the head, when you want to do any sort of flying poses with him, which you can do, because I'm pretty sure he can't do this otherwise, because this peg doesn't come out that way. You can actually take this off, push the tab inward, and place it on the head, and it actually sits really well for flight poses. So if you want to do that for flight poses, you can absolutely do that. It is a pain to kind of get it back if you don't have like something to retab it in some sort of way. So I'm going to use a tool that I just had and now I can't find. Oh, here it is. I'm actually going to use my Krieg's weapon to bring this back around and line it up with the neck joint. We're going to talk about the rest of the articulation now. Now, it's crazy because we really get this nice figure. See how it just pops back in. Articulation wise, we have something really nice because we can just rotate around with no problem. I can actually push in to make it look more streamlined with the aesthetic, or do a little drop down pull out method. We have an invisible arm torso that allows us to rotate torso wise, as you can see here. We still can actually hit a T-pose, and we're double jointed. So as you can see here, you can drop many elbow drops with Shin Ultraman. Very nice. And the reason why I say that is because, again, that more classic brawler style, I am 100% here for. There's even a joint to rotate it here with the forearm, and we get our standard wrist joints. Now, as far as the upper torso goes, with the upper torso, we can tilt left and right a little gently and rotate around. We can rotate a little bit forward, but with the lower torso, we actually get that nice forward movement that will allow us to get into our pose for that crouching technique with Ultraman. Now, here's my gripe though. I don't mind this joint system being here. I think it's well placed. But because you made it so much bulkier with the way the cut is for the articulation, what happens is you don't allow for the legs to go further up to allow, see, for a nice, better, deeper crunch. I was actually, I was very afraid that was going to happen. It ended up happening anyway. It's not like it's going to break. But what it does is trying to get that nice crouch for your Ultraman to do any sort of downward dirty posing for like huddling down, like hunkered down pose. You can do it. It just feels a little forced, and you worry about what happened with your joints right here. You're always going to be pressed about pushing it too far and causing denting. Me personally, I don't mind that stuff. I don't plan on like certain things. I'm like, man, I'm always going to push my figures to the limit. It is what it is. But there are people who are actually going to worry about this, and it's going to be like, all right, man, I don't want to do that. I don't like this part. So, you got to be aware of stuff like that. So I'm bringing this to the table for you And, you know, you see this in time so that you don't mess up your Ultraman. But the articulation overall is pretty nice, though. The legs can go out pretty far. I wish they can go out further, though, so I can get those high jump kicks from Ultraman. But right now, we're only going to get those side kicks, which is this way. We, like I said before, we have our thigh rotation. We have a double joint that makes a V shape. We have super generous ankle pivot, which is going to be perfect for Ultraman. And we have toe pivot. Mine is actually really tight until just now. But yeah, that's because it's like 100 degrees today, even in rain. But yeah, I really like this Ultraman. And it's very simple, very clean. And if you are a classic guy or an Anno fan, it's probably going to be why you want this piece. As opposed to, you know, you're going, all right, you know, I'm just going to buy this because it looks cool. Some people are buying it because they're fans of Anno. Some people are going to buy it because they're fans of Ultraman. All depends on the person. Now, again, personally, he does not come with much. So it has to be one of those, you know, you're going to be a fan or you just thought it was really cool. Because accessory-wise, you're going to get 2 relaxed / karate chopping hands. Let me see if I can get... Oop. I'm having some trouble with focus. As Ichigo nudges me because he wants to play. Sorry about that, guy. Sorry, big guy. Give me a second. So yeah, we have our 2 relaxed / chopping hands. Right? We're going to get 2 closed fist hands. And then we're going to get our Spacium Ray posing hands. Now, with the Spacium Ray posing hands, we don't actually get any Spacium Ray, or maybe they're waiting to do another version that has it. But as of right now, we don't have one, and it technically does not fit with the old Ultraman. But you can use the Ultraman Jack ring effects to use it on his hands. They do fit on the pegs because his pegs are slightly different. Now we're going to jump into the size comparisons. Let's get to that real quick. All right, now it's size comparison time. Now we're going to compare to Ultraman related stuff like monsters and actually I shouldn't say Ultraman related stuff. We're going to compare to Kaiju kind of stuff. So Kaiju level stuff. So this should be pretty easy. You can do like robots, super robots, Kaiju, Kaijin, things like that. First, let's do classic Ultraman as we mold him up next to his new remake, or should I say reboot, for your boy Anno. And as you can see, regular Ultraman is a bit smaller, more gray, and like I said, he's more chunky than our counterpart. Like even as I sit here and I wanted him to look cool during the size comparison, but I realized I gotta let you guys see. So as you can see here, wider, chunkier, smaller, more sheen, updated. So it's basically your updated look. Again, no limiter, right? This is something I really, really like. It's a nice update that doesn't look too far from the original, but also stands out as its own thing, which is pretty fun. So let's take you away. Let's do, Alien Balton, which, man, I love this guy right here. So here's Alien Balton. And Retro Giza, if you're watching, man, I hope you're alright. I haven't heard from you in a bit, so I hope to see you soon. Here's Alien Balton. Here is King Joe, and I love King Joe. So we have some Kaiju here to square up, right? And I think he'll look good fighting those. I think he's going to look really, really good fighting those guys. If you want to modernize it, here's Ultraman Z. Ultraman Z. So here's Z with new Ultraman. And as you can see, not the same height technically. Z is a little bit smaller, even if I closed up his legs just a little bit, he'll seem about the same height. But he's buffer, more designs in it. It's like it's a stray away from that simplicity that we've come to use for original Ultraman. Then, in case you wanted to try some other stuff, right? Here is SH Monstrats, SHM King Kong. This is from the Kong vs. Godzilla, and I actually popped this arm off a lot. I'm actually gonna get that checked out when I finish the review for that later on down the line. So here's Kong. Let's put him on this side because he has axe. And Kong actually is a really good size with Ultraman. Like, he really, really is. And then we're going to add Godzilla in. So here we have the big 3. Right? And I actually like their sizes. They're pretty cool. But if you want to do like Anno's version of Godzilla, I have my frozen Godzilla. So here is my frozen 4th form with his big old chunky tail. And even like crouched over, he's so much bigger than Ultraman. As you can see here, this would be one hell of a fight. And last but not least, we're gonna throw in a Robot Spirits Gundam, so you can see how these guys kind of square up with them in case you want, nice fun crossover. Overall, I really like Ultraman. It is something different, but feels familiar, which has been a really fun thing. It does suck though that we got no Spacium Ray, but I could get down with giving people the beat up with the hands-on-hands combat, because that's gonna be one of my favorite parts, beating up monsters. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the photos. Hope you guys have enjoyed the reviews lately. If they come a little bit slower, as the summer has been really brutal, heat and work-wise. So thank you all for sticking by and trying out a bunch of stuff, especially because you don't really do the Kamen Rider Ultraman stuff, but you watch it for me because I enjoy it. So thank you for that. As always, please be good, do good, drink your water, guys. Later.